I dig it.
Hello YouTube, Retro Prime here from Retro Prime Gaming.
Yay, and I'm Nate. Howdy.
And today we're just going to be talking about some old school games, kind of get into my history of video games, Nate's history with video games, and kind of where we're at now with games as well too. So first up, Nate, tell me about your gaming history. Where did it begin?
Alright. It's a long history. No. It is though.
Like what was like the first game you remember playing, or maybe the first console that you got?
I remember, I guess what started it all was my friends the Susies. They got the new Nintendo Entertainment System.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah. And put that aside. And it came in a box that was like, you know, like this big and like this big. And their parents came over one Friday night for Bunko, whatever game the parents were playing. And they brought the Nintendo for the kids to play. Mm-hmm. And so they hooked it up downstairs. And all the kids had to go to bed and everything.
Probably on some big wooden TV.
Yeah, yeah. some ancient, you know, needs pedal power. Some CRT round tube. It was... whatever.
Yeah.
The point of the matter is, they forgot the Nintendo that week in the closet. Because at the end of the night, the parents packed it all up, and they were still playing Bunko for several hours, and all the kids were gone to bed. Yeah. And they put it in the closet to grab with their coats and stuff, and the parents, because they just got it and everything, forgot all about it. And
oh wait, so they left the Nintendo at your place?
Yeah.
Oh, free Nintendo.
Right? Seriously.
Do you remember any of the games that you had? Or
we had Mario. We had the Duck Hunt with Mario.
Was it the combination?
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah, that was, I think, God, it was either that or Zelda. It was the two of those.
Yeah.
Were pretty much all we ever played nonstop.
So this is probably 87, 88, no doubt.
Yeah. Maybe 89, probably a little earlier.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, my first console we had the Nintendo package, you know, came with the Zapper. We got that for Christmas, 1986, so not the year it came out, but the next year. Nice. And we had Mario and we had Zelda. And what a way to start.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was pretty early on in that too. That was, yeah.
So next question, this is a good one.
Okay.
Do you remember, like, the console wars? Everyone was trying to outdo each other.
Oh, yeah.
This system has this system had that. So when it came down to it, the console wars, Sega or Nintendo?
God, I knew this question was going to come up. Shit. There's no right answer to this question.
That's not true.
I love my Sega. I'd say
talking Genesis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My old Genesis. I love that thing to death. But I got more better memories from Nintendo.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
So we love the Sega Genesis. Was it the original Nintendo that you loved, or was it the Super Nintendo?
Our family was
a Virtual Boy.
We were always pretty behind on the curve.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
I think a lot of families were.
Yeah, right? It was like when a new system came out, the cheap parents were like, you know what? When this new system comes out, this old system is going to be obsolete and cheap, so let's just get that for the kids.
There you go, dude.
They don't care.
It worked, I mean...
Yeah. So I skipped a lot of generations. I think I got a Nintendo 64 about the same time everybody was getting their PlayStations.
So... I remember when the 64 came out, and I knew that my family couldn't afford it, and I was a kid, I couldn't buy it. So I went to Blockbuster, and I would play Mario 64 a little bit after each day. So like I just went to Blockbuster every day after school, and I think I got like 30 stars or something like that. I never beat it, but like I played it way too much.
Nice.
So let's see here. When it comes to old school games, right? Mm-hmm. Super Nintendo, Sega, Atari, whatever. If you had to pick one game as your favorite, what game would that be?
Now, we kind of have to split this up a little bit.
All right.
Because there's like replayability. There's like, you know, something you really love the music to. There's something you want to just play with.
There's good graphics. There's
right. There's nostalgia. There's
Let's go with that. So,
nostalgic. I really liked Contra.
okay. Yeah.
I loved Contra. I got to the point where I could beat that game in one guy.
So
I will make a statement and a stand on that one. But the music of that one.
I have to test your man card here.
Okay.
The Contra code.
Oh yeah. It's up, up, down, down, left, right, B8. Select start if you want to play.
Nice. Okay. So you get to keep your man card. Congratulations.
Nice. Nice.
All right. What made you fall in love with video games?
Ooh. That's a tough question. I think as a kid, it was having the power. It was being in control.
The Nintendo power?
Yeah.
Now you're
I never
playing
did have the glove power, but
No, that's cool. I mean, you were in control of whatever character you're playing. You can make them jump. You can make them die. Whatever. I think for me, like what made me fall in love with video games was part of it the actual game itself, but then there's elements outside of it too. Like if we were at a slumber party, right? If someone had a slumber party, we were gonna play Nintendo. You know, we were gonna find a game where we could get kids together, and so there's that kind of element of camaraderie, I guess you would say, with video games. Especially like when the fighter games came out.
yeah.
You know, you're sitting there with like your best friend, and you're wanting to rip their skull out of their body on the screen, and they want to do the same to you. But it's just
we're
that
friends,
element.
but on TV, oh, we're mortal enemies.
All right. Well, that kind of, you know, like with the console wars too. Mortal Kombat was a game changer for me.
And that's where I really fell in love with that on the Genesis versus the Super.
Right.
And it was actually just cutting down that one button. Because Mortal Kombat 2...
Wait. For you, it was the button? It wasn't the blood?
Oh, yeah.
And the non-blood
The
version?
blood and the non-blood thing was pretty awesome.
That was a game... I mean, for me, that's the nail on the hammer right there. Like, if you don't have blood, fuck you, I'm not going to buy your system. I'm going to go to the company that does.
Little Big Planet doesn't have blood. Jesus. I just wanted to throw that out.
Alright, so... I remember you had some game soundtracks. So, what is your favorite video game music?
Again, I think I'm going to have to go back to Contra for that one.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The Alien Boss Slayer music. Now, this song, a band called NES Advantage actually covered, and they turned into like an actual real song.
Can you sing any of it for me?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
I could do the whole song, but
No, that was quite impressive.
well, after 4 rounds of that, it starts getting intense. And I got to a point when I was in grade school when that was like all I wanted to do. Like I'd play all of Contra just so I could get to that last level and hear that in-boss music. And if I remember right, it actually kept the music playing when you paused. I'd have to
So you could just party.
Yeah, so you could literally just pause the game and just let it go. And so I had a babysitter one night, and I remember I thought I was hot shit in that game. So like I turned the volume up as loud as I possibly could and just started rocking out of the game. And she got kind of pissed. I was even like a floor down from where she was.
Yeah, she's probably like trying to talk to her boyfriend.
Yeah.
She's like, there's this asshole downstairs.
7-year-old kid with a high-pitched voice squealing every 5 minutes about how good he is at this game.
No, Contra was tough, man, and
So yeah, it's the music Contra. Really.
Cool.
That's I think the number one thing that I liked in video games. And Bubble Bobble. Oh man.
Bubble Bobble has the best song of all time ever.
Right?
Like,
It's like the song that never ends, but better.
well, technically, it really didn't end because they only had really that one song throughout the entire game. Didn't matter what fucking level you were on, it had that same song.
Mm-hmm.
But I was also a huge fan of Final Fantasy music. It was just neat because they had the fight music, then they had like the castle music, and that music really kind of set the pace for the mood of that game. You know, like when the battle mode was on, like the music was intense. When you're kind of kicking around the castle, it's that kind of sweet, calming music. So I think they did a really good job on that.
Yeah.
So this is kind of a fun one. Because there's a lot of consoles out there. And you obviously couldn't have them all. Tons of games and stuff too.
There's a lot I haven't even played.
Right? And it seems like there's always like one console or one game that was like just out of reach. So for you, was there one console that like you got close to owning but never did, or you know, was there a unicorn console you were chasing?
I really, really did want a Xbox for
Yeah.
Morrowind back in time.
Right on.
I never actually got it. I played at several other people's houses.
Yeah, we're talking the original Xbox, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, and I'd always start up a stupid idea. Never start up an exploratory game character on somebody else's computer or somebody else's console.
Or if you do, I mean, like,
Stay friends with those people.
I remember, like, the original Zelda. It had 3 save slots, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you saved yours as number 1, there was going to be a time where your little brother, your little sister, your cousin, whoever, they were going to accidentally save over your game.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're done. So I learned very quickly to put my shit down at number 3.
Right?
Because no one ever goes to spot number 3.
We're just gonna hit the button as many times as they need to.
For me, the console that was always out of reach was the Sega Saturn. You know, I had all the other consoles up until then, and that one was so expensive, like so ridiculous expensive. I didn't
But
actually.
it had to be good.
Well,
With a price tag like that.
I mean, it had just came out not too far after the 32X, which we're gonna get to in a minute.
Yeah, wasn't that thing like $300 or $400 when it first came out?
I think it was like $400, maybe $500, and that wasn't the games. That was just the system itself. And I never met anyone who owned it. At least not the first year it came out. About 2 years later, I found out that my sister had one, and I was so excited because I saw the box. I was like, "What? You have a Sega Saturn? Like, why didn't you tell me? Let's play it right now." And so we get it out of the box, and there's no games. I was like, "Okay, not a problem. We'll just go find a game for it." You couldn't find a game. Like no one bought the system. No one bought the games. You couldn't find them anywhere. It's not like today. You can just hop on eBay and buy 10 games for $5, whatever.
It's kind of like what you're saying with 32X.
All right, I'm going to jump to that one here.
Sorry to skip you around, but yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. So I remember you were the only kid I knew that had a 32X.
No, I did not.
You totally had a 32X?
No.
What?
I never had a 32X.
I could have sworn you had a 32X.
Mm-mm.
You're not pulling my leg?
Nope. I remember the commercial vividly.
Oh, man.
Do you remember the one with the yeah, right?
All right.
The commercial with the Sega machine, and it's sitting there on like this silk velvety pillow, and there's like silk all around it, and the 32X thing kind of like flies down into it. And oh, they upgraded the system with another thing.
So
That is awesome.
Did you know anyone who had a 32X then?
Mm-mm.
It was just kind of one of those things. I remember it came out, and I want to say it was like $150 or so. And they were all ready to move on to the next system. So
Yeah.
there really wasn't a huge benefit to picking one up. I mean, don't get me wrong. Nowadays, I would, if something like that came along, I would pick it up just to own it. You know, I have 2 32Xs now, but only one set of cables. It needs like 100 cables and 3 power cords to run it. It's ridiculous.
It's got its own nuclear supply.
I have one game for the 32X,
Oh man.
and it requires a Sega CD also.
Oh, those
Oh,
bastards.
And
Didn't the
it's-
Sega CD also attach to the old Sega Genesis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like when you have them in, it's kind of like the Voltron of Sega. And it sounds a lot cooler than it actually is. But okay, what is the best multiplayer game of all time? It could be fighting game, could be co-op. Like if you had one game you could play with your buddies.
If it wasn't so damn difficult to master, I'd say Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah? Are you excited about the new Smash Brothers that's coming out for Wii U?
Has it already come out? Or
No.
Okay. Okay.
Mega Man's gonna be in it, dude.
Nice.
The townsperson from Animal Crossing is gonna be in it. I think even the Wii Fit trainer person's gonna be in there.
Yeah, no, I played the newest one. I don't remember the name of it for the Wii itself, but it had characters I'd never heard of.
Like, do you remember?
Like Marth was one of them. Like, where the hell did Marth come from? Who's Marth and where did?
I'm pretty sure that's made up.
Yeah, they had a few of those. There was the Wally robot too.
That's pretty tight, dude.
Yeah.
He always reminded me of Johnny Five.
Right.
What's that movie called?
Short Circuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I remember he stole those car stereos one time, and I was like, "This robot's awesome."
Yeah.
All right,
Johnny Five is alive.
This is an important question here,
Okay.
and there is only one right answer:
Okay.
Xbox One or PlayStation 4. Wow. This is the big one right now because they haven't came out yet. People are buying pre-orders left and right.
I really liked the idea of the Xbox One, but I'm going with the PS4 on this one.
All right, so Nate says the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
However, he's wrong. The right answer is the Sega Dreamcast.
Oh!
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Shit. Trick question.
So this kind of
ties... Williger.
This kind of ties in with the retro gaming aspect.
Okay.
But the arcade scene back in the day. If you were to describe to the younger generation of kids now, and because they don't see the same arcade that we did, what would you tell them the arcades were like back in the day?
Today's games are shit. You got nothing. You got nothing. You're getting screwed.
Yes.
You guys should boycott, really. Honestly. I mean, how many more fighting games can you make that aren't just rehashes of something that was actually good in 1989? I mean, you can't have... Nobody's got a 3 friggin' screen system with 6 characters of X-Men where you're using a special that's flashing across like 12 people's eyes.
Do you remember meeting new friends at the arcade?
More or less enemies, depending. Well, I mean, that's the thing about the arcade is there's only so many people that can play it at once, and so when you got something new and popular, you got like 10 people clamoring over the thing. So you get that one shot every 20 minutes or so, and you really want to make the best of it.
Do you remember what you would do to put your place in line? Like, say if there's like a ton of people that are playing one video game, how do you reserve your spot? Do you remember what?
I mean, you're talking with the coins.
Yeah. So we had to put our quarters or nickels, whatever it was. You had to put those up on the machine, so like that kind of held your spot. Like that showed you were serious. Like,
right. Heck, we even do that for Chuck E. Cheese and skee ball and stupid things of that nature.
So for those
sometimes these things got popular.
Not everyone's going to know what Chuck E. Cheese is, just because it's
point.
not nationwide there. But Chuck E. Cheese is kind of like a ghetto Mickey Mouse, I guess would say.
Yeah. What is the one that's in Toy Story? What is the name of the thing there? It's like Rocket Pizza or something. It's kind of like that, where it's like it's an arcade with food.
Yeah, and
a family fun center arcade.
Let's be honest, not all that really great of food either.
No, no.
But it is a lot of fun. You can take your whole family there and have some pizza, play some video games.
And as an adult, I realized they sell beer there too, which makes sense.
They had 2 games there when I was growing up that I didn't really see anywhere else. The first one was the clay pigeon game that came out with Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
And they had it on a huge screen. And when I say huge, this was a projector back in the day, and it was probably, I don't know, 6 feet. But back in the day, that was ridiculously huge. You didn't see anything like that. And like they had a platform that you had to stand on when you would shoot the clay pigeons. I've never seen that anywhere else this day. If you guys have seen it, let me know down in the comments down below. The other game that I remember seeing there and not at other arcades was a 3D Pac-Man, where Pac-Man could jump over the ghost. But there were some ghosts that like jumped too, so it's like you had to know which ghost was Jumpy or Blinky, whatever your shit their names are. Do you remember seeing any arcade games that were only at one location, so you would go to that exact location to play that game?
You mean like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker?
That's probably... Is that the best arcade game ever of all time? Can we
It might
say
be.
that?
It very well might be.
Alright, cool. Well, we're going to cut it off here. I want to say thanks for checking it out. As always, I'm Retro Prime.
I'm Nate.
And we'll see you next time. Take care.
Huzzah.
And today, we're going to be playing
Bubble Bobble! Nice.